member of parliament being enrolled in corruption centers.
Occasion where we demanded for money.
President was in parliament for 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen committees demanding for bribes from the executive?
But in the Senate during the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, every senator was paid, the least was paid 10 million Kenya shillings. And it came from government. And that is something that is true. And the same president is the one who gave this amount of money.
Parliament. They call it the House of Honor. And those who wish to pontify call it the temple of democracy. And yet, in its bowels, it is not the people's sanctuary. It is the theater of betrayal, a place where the voice of the citizen is muffled by the rustle of banknotes. In Kenya, the parliament is where justice is measured not in truth, but in bribes, and where the weight of history is traded for fleeting power.
Corruption in parliament, that there are welfare chairpersons who get resources for members of committees to pass certain motions or certain decisions.
Behind those guarded gates and polished corridors, Kenya's parliament is a marketplace. It is not a marketplace of ideas, but a marketplace of men and, of course, money. It is a theater where laws are bought and sold, where loyalty is rented, and where power is traded like a currency.
Yes, there are two ways by which members are coerced. One is through intimidation, and I do believe that there is definitely money that changes hands to influence decisions that are done on the floor of the House.
Press the subscription button and sit back. And of course, don't blame me for this video, because today in this episode of the Red Mic, we strip the mask. We expose the dirty deals, the unseen handshakes, and the power plays that turn the people's house into the people's betrayal.
In the Senate during the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, every senator was paid, the least was paid 10 million Kenya shillings. And it came from government. And that is something that is true. And the same president is the one who gave this amount of money.
And here comes the parliament's first scene. And when I talk of the parliament, I mean both the Senate and the National Assembly. They use impeachment as a bargaining chip. Democracy's sharpest sword is impeachment. But here, it is no sword. It is a bargaining chip. Governors walk within the parliament condemned, and they walk out as saints. Not because they are clean, but because their pockets were deeper. When you look yonder, you will see a mirage of governors that were saved by Kenya's parliament because of high-stakes lobbying. For example, Martin Wambura of Embu, he was twice impeached and saved twice by the courts. Paul Chebugonyo of Kericho was saved by the Senate despite grave accusations. And Waiguru of Kirinyaga was accused of shillings 10 million corruption, but she was cleared after high-stakes lobbying. Mwangi Wairia of Muranga, Grandon Sampoja, Taita Taveta, Eric Mutai of Kericho, all these survived with the scars, shielded by influence and deep pockets. In these chambers of the parliament, impeachment is not a sword of justice. It is a coin of exchange. And this coin has been spent elsewhere too. In Nigeria, governors survive impeachment by raining nairas on lawmakers. And in Pakistan, in Peru, and even in the United States, impeachment has been twisted, sometimes as a weapon, and sometimes it is a shield.
So basically, there are those that are coerced because they're intimidated, they'll be thrown out of committees, but there's also a change of, money changes hands.
10 million shillings to impeach Rigathi Gachagua.
Yes.
Did you get the money? Offered you?
We have a majority leader, we have a whip, and they have deputies.
October 2024. For the first time in Kenya's history, a sitting Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. 11 charges of corruption, ethnicity, betrayal of the Constitution. The National Assembly condemned him with 282 votes to 44. The Senate sealed his fate. This was not just a fall from grace. It was a revelation. It was a revelation that at the highest seat of power, Parliament is a chessboard. This is where pounds and kings are all sacrificed in backroom deals. Today, the Red Mike says that power falls, but not by justice alone, but by the force of Parliament's dirty bargains.
We also disbanded the Public Accounts Committee, then chaired by the Honorable Ababu Namwamba. Right. And it was on the same allegations that money, they were extorting money from witnesses that were coming, and people that had been named by the Auditor General. So basically, this phenomena has been there.
In the Kenya Senate and the National Assembly, the true thrones of dirty deals are the committees. Forget the main chamber. The true battles are fought in committees. These are the marketplaces of influence. This is where oversight is not a duty. Oh, it is a weapon for extortion. The Senate's County Public Accounts and Investments Committee, under the Senate Samongeri, governors whispered of extortion, and under Moses Kajwang, the whispers grew into open allegations that they were demanding for up to 100 million Kenya shillings. He denied them, but the stench still lingers. In the National Assembly Public Accounts Committee, what is formerly known as PAC, this was once chaired by Ababu Namwamba, and the vice chair was Cecile Mbarire. It collapsed under accusations of bribery and extortion. Members of Parliament pointed fingers at each other until the committee itself was disbanded in disgrace. These chairs are thrones. They are rivers of money. They are the lifeblood of dirty deals. And the story is very global. In India, committees are used to bury corruption. In Britain, the members of Parliament expenses scandal of 2019 showed committees signing false claims for homes, luxury, even dark ponds. And in America, committee bosses turned hearings into partisan weapons. They were trading oversight for donations.
The independence of Parliament has been drowned by other forces and powers.
Our sources reveal that in the secret chambers of Parliament, the fiercest battles are not about laws. They are about chairs. They are about who chairs what committee: the Budget Committee, the Public Accounts Committee, the Energy Committee. They are not seats. These are thrones, and to win them is to sit on a reef of money. Deals are struck in midnight meetings. Tribal lines are drawn, promises whispered. And once seated, chairmen turn from watchdogs into wolves. They are extorting ministries and they are milking state corporations. And the world has seen this play before in India, in Britain, and in America. This is where committee bosses too became untouchable emperors. They are using oversight as a weapon of gain. And the story is true in Kenya's Senate and the Kenya's National Assembly. But just look at this before you look away. And tell me if you have subscribed. Did you know that big tender cartels and kickbackers lie in the Parliament? The tenders contracts meant to build roads, hospitals and schools, but instead they build empires for a few. Billions vanish in the shadows of inflated deals, and committees turn a blind eye. Auditors raise alarms, but the fire is extinguished with a handshake and a fat brown envelope. Have you subscribed? Now, tell me about the salaries, the allowances, and the luxury perks. When our nation is starving, children sleep hungry, hospitals gasp for medicine, but inside Parliament, the debate rages not on service, but on self. Mileage claims, luxury cars, foreign trips, salaries upon salaries. And when the people protest, the lawmakers whisper, "We deserve more." This is not uniquely Kenyan. In Britain, the members of parliament expenses scandal rocked an entire nation. In Greece, in Italy, in Brazil, lawmakers too fatten themselves as their people suffer. But in Kenya, it has become too much.
Last parliament, you remember the Honorable Fatuma Gedi talked about brown envelopes changing hands in the toilets. So it's not a unique phenomenon. It's something that's been around for a while.
So any money, that money was coming through leadership, and it is there.
Money changes hands to pass either bills, motions, like that of impeachment, to get government business going.
The president is the leader of the majority party in that house. So what is his party doing about this?
All the energy that I had put in a very good bill was put to the drain just because of the interest of the presidency and the executive of a finance bill. So sometimes I sit and wonder, I get very frustrated as a member of parliament, and I wonder, what did I come to do in this parliament? I don't think parliament is the right platform to advocate for people's right anymore.
And so the red mic returned the question, what is a parliament? Is it the people's temple, or it is the people's marketplace? From Nairobi to Abuja, from London to Washington, the story is the same. When lawmakers forget the people, when duty is sold, and when silence is bought, the day of reckoning is coming. For now, the curtains remain drawn, the dirty deals continue, the power plays persist. But the people are watching, and history does not forget. This is the red mic.